Well, welcome everybody. This is Kim Evans. Welcome to Inspired Conversations with Kim Evans. I'm a podcaster. I'm also the owner of Two Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness and KME Coaching. I have a wonderful guest today, and I'm so excited to talk about jewelry and beauty. Oh my goodness, Meyla Ruwin, welcome to the podcast show.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here. I'm really looking forward to our conversation together.
I'm so looking forward to it too. And again, thank you for saying yes to be my guest. And Miss Meyla, I always like to always send a blessing to the audience and just start my podcast show that way. I hope, is that okay with you?
I look forward to it.
All right, we're going to go ahead, audience. God, I just want to usher you into this space, the universe, energetic energy. We just want it to be a light beam of light to everyone who's listening and also who's watching. We just want to just give you honor and thanks for just being omnipotent and just being all powerful. Please run this podcast show. May the words of this podcast show be inspired, illuminated to everyone watching it, going across all 7 continents, crossing the east as far as the west, as far as the north, as far as the south, that people will be inspired and blessed. Bless our guest today, and God continue to illuminate her hands of design and jewelry, that every woman that puts on a piece of her jewelry be blessed, and they can, their inner beauty radiance shine. God, thank you, because without you, I'm nothing. And thank you for my voice. Podcast viewers and listeners, thank you. Let's get ready for a great show. Miss Meyla, I would like to share a little bit about your background. I hope that's okay.
Oh, yes, please. I look forward to it.
So Miss Meyla actually is a certified Hudson leadership coach. Actually, your background that I see, education, she has an MA in organization and leadership, master's in public health, and previously an educator in health, physical education, and science. That's why we get along so well. Wow, we're in the same orbit.
Absolutely.
Miss Meyla actually is the CEO, and she is the co-founder of Beksan Jewelry and Accessories for 11 years. Is that right? For 11 years?
Yes. Beksan Designs is our full name, and it's been almost 11 years. Yes.
Wow. She actually creates jewelry and accessories designer with pieces made both locally and other sourced handmade in Istanbul, Turkey. Wow.
Yes.
Her goal is to share American-Turkish heritage with our one-of-a-kind designs. We work with the mix of sustainable precious metals, semi-precious stones, and share them through in-person and virtual trunk shows, in websites, online stores, and wholesale and retail boutiques. And I also met Miss Meyla at one of her boutiques that she actually was showcasing her pieces, and I will share with you some of the pieces that I have. Miss Meyla, I'm so excited that you carved out some time to say yes to be a guest. Take it away. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for the introduction. And it does kind of give you a glimpse of what my background is and what we've been up to. What happened is I loved education and I loved teaching, but I also loved jewelry making at a very young age. And my mother is of Turkish descent and my father is of American descent. I was born in Los Angeles, California, but from a very young age was in Istanbul, Turkey, with my grandmother. And so it was really my grandmother and her love of jewelry that started my love of jewelry, and my sisters. So my co-founder is my sister. She is 6 years older than I am, but she also was into business and marketing. So she always thought it'd be lovely for us to do a business together. I was more into the creating, making, and design of jewelry. And my grandmother actually introduced us to one of the jewelers we are still working with in Istanbul, Turkey, to find some of our gemstones.
Wow.
And what's kind of interesting in our history is that my grandmother loved to teach us. So we were well educated about the art and background of Istanbul as well. And she loved to share her culture with us growing up.
Yes.
And so she would take us to different really beautiful museums. One of them being Topkapı Palace, which is where the sultans during the Ottoman Empire used to live in Istanbul, Turkey.
Got it.
Now they have a jewelry section. So we see emeralds and sapphires and diamonds and beautiful daggers with all these gorgeous gemstones. And all of them were sourced in Turkey, or given to Turkey by some of the very famous leaders in that area at that time. But what I loved was the gold that they used, because it was a darker gold than I was used to seeing in the United States. And it's 24 karat gold for May, or 24 karat gold that they put on top of silver, depending on, the pieces. So we'd see solid gold, we'd see solid silver. But something I didn't know is that the Turks thought sustainability, even back in the day, was very important. So they tried to use the metals as effectively as they could. So when you talk about a sustainable metal, it would be taking, let's say, a piece of silver, and then you melt the 24 karat gold, and it's almost like aluminum foil. You dip the silver into the gold, and then you have gold strips that you can use on jewelry. So that's what we do. So I'm going to show you close up here. The gold is wrapped around the turquoise stone.
Yes.
And then what we do is we solder the actual band onto the back of the piece of jewelry. So this piece, for example, is one of our big stone jewelry pieces, which are on our website and all of that. But it kind of has the old school flavor of the Turkish heritage, because we found this stone in Istanbul. But we modernized it to make it into a kind of a cocktail ring that you could wear anywhere and adjust for any finger size. So we work with a lot of semi-precious stones, as you mentioned, and I find a lot of them in Istanbul, but we also find a lot in the United States. So we really are trying to blend our heritage and our history as women and move it forward in modern era times. And our whole reason for being is to bring joy and happiness and self-confidence to women wearing our jewelry. And we kind of have like 3 value areas that we're really attached to. One is bringing not only our heritage, but also a design that's unique to women that you may not find everywhere else, that will make you feel your absolute best, look your absolute best, and also radiate a confidence for you that you may not have felt prior to putting that piece of jewelry on. And I'll give you an example. Let's say I was here right now, and I'm going to take off one of my pieces here just to pull it up. And I either have my earring on or I take it off.
Right.
And if I put my earring back on, I suddenly feel like, one, I'm radiating something to you, but you also get to see a little sparkle in my ear.
Absolutely.
And the same way with the ring that I just showed to you and my necklaces. So I'm going to show you even deeper. I've got my Geo. So all of our jewelry.
I love that one.
Thank you. But all of our jewelry has meaning. And that's the other part of the 3 values we have. We want to share our heritage, but we want to also share some meaning in the jewelry we create. So semi-precious stones all have meanings. When you're wearing blue stone jewelry, including turquoise, or let's say aquamarine, and I'll give you a few other examples. And the aquamarine I'll show you in another earring right here. And this is our gold and stone earrings. These are on our website. Like I said, many of these you can find.
I didn't see those when you came out. I would have got those.
They're nice, aren't they?
You didn't bring those.
It's the gold. I didn't have these, you're right, but I did have similar, but not this one. But this is aquamarine. It's a teardrop. And aquamarine is supposed to bring calm into the wearer's life. So again, I'm going to show you very easily. I'm going to take that off. These have long backings. You can also put a rubber back if you're concerned about any kind of loss. And here you have, look at me, even on the Zoom call with my earbuds in.
With your earbuds. I mean, it pops. It's just a little enough to give it.
And then I still have my crystal, Swarovski crystal. So that pops too. But as you can see, a gemstone really can make a difference.
Oh my God. Meyla,
And it
that
makes
is
you
beautiful.
feel a little bit better, and it makes you
Yes.
feel a little bit more attractive. So I'll put
Just
the
that
other one
little
on.
bit, just that little bit. Yeah,
Now,
get
I
to the,
have other people that are like, oh, I can't wear anything that big. Well, I don't find this that big. But if you want a smaller version, which we do have online too, a
I
turquoise.
love it.
So to go with our turquoise teardrop, again, super easy to wear.
Mhm.
Pop it right in. And then look, I have a
Oh my
little
God. So
color.
that's a small, wait, that's a
This
smaller
is the
size. And that would,
small,
okay.
and
And
this
that's,
is the teardrop in the
oh
envelope.
my, the
I've got
teardrop
turquoise
heads
or
on.
the teardrop.
Oh my gosh.
So what I'm trying to show is that for all
Yeah.
of us women,
Mhm.
a little bit of something extra
Yes.
with a
Goes a
little
long way.
color
Yes.
goes a very
A
long way.
long way.
Exactly, Kim.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
really makes a difference. So then the other thing besides the gemstones and their meanings, which do mean a lot to us, is the idea of geometric. So the reason I showed you the circles, the spheres that were on me right here, it's the circle of life. So we look at how does the circle of life come into women? Women give birth, whether you have children or don't have children, that's not the point. We're all living the circle of life.
Mhm.
So it's a very interesting concept to think about what you are putting on and also what it means to you personally, as well as what it radiates to your audience. Whatever that is, whether
my
you're going out to lunch with a friend, having dinner with another friend, or even alone at working from home and you're doing a Zoom meeting, look how the difference it is.
It
It
makes
makes a
such a
difference.
statement. And look, you have on beautiful black. Black is elegant
Mhm.
at any time,
Mhm.
any place, anywhere on anyone. And you look radiantly beautifully with your natural. And then you have your earrings on, and it's just pop. Everything just pops. It just pops.
It
So
does.
I'm so excited that you mentioned, Meyla, you talked about that jewelry brings joy and happiness and self-confidence. And I hope that the women who are watching this show actually will leave here and say, wow, jewelry actually can make a great impact. And we wanted to share with you in this show on how jewelry design can do just that. So thank you for sharing that. So we understand that your jewelry actually represents your culture, your heritage, especially stories with your grandmother growing up and your sister being also the co-founder along with you. What was your kind of defining moment when you knew it's like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to be a jewelry designer, a jewelry designer. What was that? Where was that point at?
I've had it twice. It's a great question. I've had it twice in the time I've been doing jewelry. The first time around was related to a creative outlet when I was going to college. So I went to UC Santa Barbara and I love sports. I played tennis competitively. And I kind of needed something that was more joyful to me, even just on a day-to-day basis. And I started beading jewelry. So I connected with one of the jewelers that my grandmother introduced me to, that she always had jewelry made with. And he and his daughter, interestingly, who was around my age, this was in my latter teens, 18, 19, early 20s. And he taught me how to do some of the beading I started with, and also how to make beaded earrings. So I started with earrings, and you use what is, anyway, if you know jewelry, there are different pieces that you can use to bead on, and then you can put different hooks and stuff for your ears. So without soldering, you can do a lot of things. And so I started with beaded earrings and bracelets, and I still do a lot of beaded bracelets. You might have some. I've got the gold filled beads.
Yes.
So what I do is I try to find bracelets or beads that are interesting, whether it's gold fill, whether it's gemstones. I had a gemstone out as well. But what we tried to do was really figure out what would sell. At first, I just did it for my friends for birthday presents.
Wow.
And then a couple of people wanted to buy earrings from me. And this was in my early 20s. I said, oh, that's so much fun. And I started doing that. And a few people, it was only amongst my friends. And then I said, I can't do this and also teach school and do everything else. So I put it on rest, and then there was a pause button. And then I ended up teaching for a number of years. And that was in the areas you did mention before in health and wellness. And then I decided I wanted to get back into jewelry making because, again, I wanted it to bring me joy. And that was in my 40s. So I got back into it. I loved it. I then was working with the son of the jeweler that my grandmother knew. And then I worked with his daughter as well. So it kind of became a family thing. And then they taught me how to do the wrapping. I took classes at San Francisco State University after getting my teaching credential in metal smithing. And then I also really enjoyed working with my husband because he loves to work with leather and art. And he helped me with making leather bracelets and also helping me with repairs on jewelry that we were making here with ourselves.
Beautiful.
So I work with, I do some of it myself. I then source some of the material from Istanbul. They help with some of the settings, and then I put the pieces together. And then I also got into working with Swarovski crystals.
Oh,
which
yes.
is the other area. And that's all in California, or a woman who also splits her time between Southern California and Texas.
Your Swarovski crystal designs are gorgeous. But let me just back just real quick. You put the pieces together. How long does it take you to complete like a ring design or a
That's a good question. It's a good question. If we're doing beading, it can take a little while. So the beading, it depends on how intricate it is, but it's usually between 45 minutes to an hour, depending, on a bracelet, etc. If I get the pieces already set, that's a little bit different too, because then I'm just choosing necklaces, chains, what we're doing. And so that is putting things together. If we're doing repair work, depends on what the repair is. It could take a little while, but most things, it all takes a lot. It does take time, but we also are trying to make our pieces affordable. One of the things that bothered me about jewelry generally, especially fine jewelry, is just how expensive it's gotten, because the price of silver and gold does keep increasing on a yearly basis. We're trying to minimize the cost a bit and make sure that people are getting, what they can at a high quality piece that has some style, but not at a horribly unaffordable price. So
can people come? Is it mainly available online, or do you have, say, a jewelry center that you make your pieces that people, or a showroom that people could come and visit you in person? Or how can someone actually find your pieces?
Thank you so much for asking. It's a number of different ways. We have an online store, which is BeksonDesigns.com. If you just look up BEKSAN Designs, you will find us. And we have an also kind of cool thing online. There's two cool things on the online version. We do an introductory. If you join our VIP community, like club, you get 20% off your first purchase, which is lovely. And it's actually really lovely because what I try to do, and our team does, is provide all of our club members with tips that are kind of like in style, what's trending now, what are our popular best sellers, how to clean your jewelry, how to organize your jewelry. And we blog once or twice a month.
And so that's part,
and it's part of the VIP club. Exactly.
VIP club. Oh, that is just fantastic.
And then this year, for the first time, we're also going to be doing some special offers only for people who have bought from us at least once or twice. So,
and what's your website?
www.Beksan, BEKSAN designs with an S.com.
Beksan. Okay. I'm also going to put all this information in the show notes.
Oh, thank you.
It has been very, very beautiful. I just want to show a couple of the pieces that I have received from her, and I just really fell in love with some of the pieces. And so I have some of her gold bands. I have the medium size, and I have the small size. And I also have the Swarovski crystal one here. Share real quickly, what is the meaning behind this band here? The
crystals have a lot of meaning to me, especially even since the issues we've had with COVID. I think crystals generally, and that's why you see them a lot in spas and in different places, mean a lot in terms of relaxation and health and wellness. And I wear mine all the time too. I think we've got different colors on, but they come in silver, rose gold, and yellow gold. So I'll show them. And they're flexible wire, which is very lovely. So it actually fits just about everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And you can open it up and close it. And some are a little smaller, so they might have a little bit more of the close to it. But we have all sizes for everyone. And they really are comfortable and light.
I mean, they're beautiful. When you had it on and you came to the Bay Club, it just stopped. I'm like, I want that one. That's the one I want. And then she had these beautiful dipped and 14 karat, 24 karat.
These are not dipped. These are actually filled, which means these bonded.
Okay, these are bonded.
And the color never changes. So that one is elastic, which fits pretty much everybody too.
Well, these last me forever.
They should. I mean, it depends on how rough and tough we are. I say it to everybody. I'm a little rough and tough girl, so it could be tough on me.
And don't worry about getting in the shower because
they should not change color. So it should not be a problem at all.
And then her rings are gorgeous.
Yeah, the rings are really nice. And we have the crystal stack rings. I have them on right here. And I think you might too. And there's Swarovski crystal as well. And I have those in gold, silver, and rose gold. And this happens
to get the earrings.
The plain version. And then the half hoop earrings are really lovely. And you've got them popping so well. I don't have to say anything more. They look great.
They're just too gorgeous.
They also are light, Kim. I believe
very
they
light.
Are really comfortable. The same with the earrings I have on. That's why when people say bigger, they're not. I have that droopy ear problem sometimes with too heavy an earring, probably because I've worn earrings for so long. And I'm trying to make pieces that are easy to get on and off, light and easy to wear, but make a little bit of a statement that is not just.
No, Meyla, they make they make a huge statement. And this one,
thank you.
By far my fave. This one's by far,
that's been really popular for us. The hook and eye bracelets.
Yes.
And they're very popular.
This one is so amazing. And when I asked her, I said, Meyla, come on, it's bending a little bit. She says, no, it's flexible. That's the way it's going to be.
That's where it is.
Look at it. Look how gorgeous that is.
And you can always put it under a cup if you want to make it rounder, because it's supposed to be flexible along.
Is it too much if I add it on this side? Put it on this one side?
I think it looks good, but I kind of liked it on its own because it's very cute on.
So I have another testimony that I have to share real quickly. So I was out with a friend of mine. I was on a date. Yes, I was on a date. And
that's exciting.
Very exciting. So I was on a date and I was with the gentleman. And this was so wonderful. And, I'm just, minding my own business, and I'm just there eating. And he looks at my wrist and he's like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I'm like, what's beautiful? It's like your bracelet. And I just had this one on. It was just so dainty, so feminine. No, I think I had this one and this one together. And he says, your bracelet is so drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I get compliments, but I don't get compliments on my jewelry. It just made a statement and it put a smile on this man's face. It was really, really lovely. So I just wanted to share that with you. I have come to really love Meyla's jewelry. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. And you know what I love? About what you said is that it brings joy. And when I put them on, I just feel more joyful. And I love what you said about jewelry makes a statement. And it makes you look your best. You don't have to get all dolled up, but just one piece will make you look your best. But then what is more important, it makes you feel your best. And so your jewelry, it makes you feel your best, look your best, and bring joy. That's powerful. That's powerful. That is powerful. So as we wrap up, I would love to know, where did you get the name Beksan from? How did you come up with that?
Great question. It's a good story too. And I did want to mention, besides online, I am in a number of boutiques in the Bay Area.
Okay. Let's do that before you tell the story about your company. Yes.
Where I'm in San Francisco in 3 different boutiques. Margaret O'Leary, people might know. It's a shop that has a lot of sweaters on Fillmore Street. And then we're at Two Birds store in Noe Valley, and Basil Rasuk in Noe Valley.
Nice.
And then we also have our other big core value is giving back. So we're at the Artisan Shop that's connected to Lucille Packard and Stanford Hospital, who give part of the proceeds back to the Children's Hospital there. And
Nice.
then we're in a couple of shops in Marin, and of course, a few of the Bay Club shops as well, as you know.
Oh, yes, definitely. The Bay Club.
Yeah.
And can you also list real quickly your any upcoming trunk shows?
Yes, we're doing a really fun Marin Arts and Crafts Fair in Marin, the first weekend in March.
Okay.
And then the last weekend in March, we're doing one at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Concord, Walnut Creek.
Nice.
So
You have to send me the invite to that one. That one's local. I can send that out
Absolutely.
on a blast. Definitely.
That would be great.
Okay.
But we get around, and which is good. And then we do a few, of course, pop-ups also at the Bay Clubs that will be happening in March as well. So, but we try to, and then another fun thing that we do is virtual events. So I do it both online, and I do a Facebook Live once a month. The next one is going to be March 31st on our website, through Facebook. And then we also do a work with a marketing platform that's called Lit Live that has lots of fun, nice products for women, beauty products, every kind of product. And they have different live shows, and we're on that as well.
So on your website, would
you'd be able to find everything? Yes, on our events page. Absolutely.
So don't worry about it. I'm going to list the website. I want you all to go and explore, buy some pieces, some jewelry. So Beksan, how did you come up with
Yes, that's a great story. So my mother's maiden name is Beksan, Beksan. And unfortunately, my grandfather passed away a year before I was born. But my sister met him, and she was 5 when he passed, because we were 6 years apart. And she absolutely, and everyone absolutely said that I look a lot like my grandfather. My grandmother also was the last person to have his surname, because my mother changed her maiden name, to her married name. And when we were thinking of creating the business, Never and I, we asked our mom if she would like us to use Beksan as the name of the company. And she was so thrilled, it brought almost tears to her eyes, that we were continuing the name and sharing our heritage with the people we love, both here and there. So Beksan Designs, it definitely has a lot of meaning for us. And it really is a labor of love that we want to continue sharing and giving back, both to women and our community. So
you're definitely doing just that. I think it's so vital. I think it's so important when we have strong names, especially there's a meaning behind your name. And you definitely are showing that in the influence of your jewelry and your design. And it's beautiful because your pieces will live on forever and ever. And
that's true.
So as we wrap up, this is actually Meyla Ruwin again of Beksan Designs. What is your favorite piece?
Ooh, it's hard to pick a favorite, because I
just pick one, the first one that comes at the top of your head.
Crystal stack rings. I wear them all the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you rock them. You really, really do. I fell in love with your fingers when I saw your hands, and I bought them too. What's your favorite color? Of all your precious stones? Blue.
Blues and labradorite. I actually have to say probably my number one. Labradorite is an iridescent stone. I don't know if I have a piece here, but if you look it up, it's got an iridescence about it, and it's got a blue green. I think I have one with a pearl. No, that's my blue pearl, because I'm loving the blues right now.
You just had to show that
stone.
You just had to show that one.
But I do have little labradorites. I thought I had them here. This is a baby labradorite. This is on our website too, but it is such a cute necklace.
Let's see.
This has a story. This has a story.
That's
it was
beautiful.
3 sisters who wanted a necklace that they could all wear.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's an iridescence. It's got grays. It has blues, but in the light, it shows differently. And it's a great pendant.
Love it.
See? It's so pretty. And then we've had that same stone in the larger version as well. That's why I was showing you this. But this is a blue quartz right here.
Well, I bet you never have. I bet you never have a dull day or a dull moment. You know, everything, every day is always beautiful. You just open up your closet and it's like, what am I wearing today?
No,
I kind of feel that way when I pick what color lipstick am I wearing, because I have my own line of lipstick. So my last question I would like to leave you or ask you to is, how does your jewelry bring you the most joy? How would you define that? Your most joy that you get from your own jewelry?
Seeing someone else smile and feel fabulous in whatever they have gotten. I loved hearing the story you shared, even with the date that you went on, and
Mhm.
how much even the person looking at you appreciated seeing the jewelry. But I
Mhm.
even get more joy out of hearing you say how much you enjoy wearing it. So whether it's you or other clients that we've had, I just really see the spark and smile. I've had friends also. The other area, there's two areas. It's personal, that. The other
Okay.
one is
Mhm.
people also being so excited when they give a gift that
Yes.
has brought a lot of joy to someone they love. And they come back and they buy additional gifts. I have a number of people doing that. And it has been so lovely, seriously, to see people feel so happy to bring joy to someone else, by the gifts that they get them, and intentionally come back to us to get more gifts for their loved ones. That
That's
excites me
lovely.
too.
That's lovely. Any last words you would like to share on women, about your jewelry before we
I
close out?
think probably the most important thing is to never say never. Some people say, oh, I just won't wear jewelry. It's too much. It's going to take too long. I can't deal with it. Even if you find one or two pieces that you love, or
Mhm.
you try one or two pieces that you'd never think you would love, I think it really does bring joy to a person when they can put a little something extra on. And I concur with you with lipstick too. So it's so lovely to have lipstick. And it's a
Yeah.
very similar accessory,
Yeah.
because it has a lot to do with just feeling more confident and comfortable
Mhm.
going out into the world, whatever world we're in, virtual, outdoors, grocery store, I don't even care. But I think that it really, really does make a difference. So that's how I would look at it. And
Well,
always important to breathe.
well, just know that you definitely are making an impact on the world and women today and their beauty, their health, and their wellness. Meyla, thank you so much for being on my show. This is Meyla Ruwin of Beksan Jewelry. You will have her information in the show notes. Thank you again for coming.
Thank
And
you, Kim. It's been wonderful talking with you and to your audience. I'm sure you have a
thank you.
fabulous audience, because you radiate such nice energy.
Thank you. And thank you, podcast viewers and listening, for watching Kim Evans with Inspired Conversations. Bye for now.